Welcome back. It's Amir. Welcome to this 8th part of our Masterclass in Motivating Voters. And I want to start today by telling you a little story. So the very first time I ever went door knocking for a political cause, went to the very first house on my list, rang the doorbell, door opens, and a woman is looking back at me, quizzically, and with good reason, right? How often does a stranger show up to your door? It's not normal. And I start my spiel, but I don't get far because she interrupts me with, "Oh, no thanks. We don't do politics." I mean, did you see what she did there? Right from the first bell, she goes in with the death blow. She doesn't do politics. And she said it with this lethal Midwestern mixture of politeness and disgust. "No thanks, I don't do politics" is devastating. It ends conversations. Why? Well, because in parts of our culture, politics is seen as something dirty, unclean, morally suspect. So a person can claim status points by claiming to be above politics. And this is infuriating because democracy isn't the kind of thing you can opt out of. You're in it whether you like it or not. But when it comes to status, arguments often go out the window. And we see this now with face masks. It doesn't make sense to opt out of public health guidelines because you can't opt out of being infected or infecting others. But when it comes to status, all that sense goes out the window. If you perceive wearing a mask lowers your status, you probably aren't going to do it. You'll make other kinds of reasons, you'll quote slogans, but it really is about status. And the reason you know that is because when you describe people who do wear face masks, you will describe them as having a lower status. They are sheep, or cowards, or morons. The truth is, "No thanks, I don't do politics" is a kind of defense, because when a person says that, they feel like their status is being threatened. But how can that be? Why would that be? We're talking about voting, right? Isn't voting powerful? Isn't it noble? Isn't it a duty? Haven't people died for that right? Yes, but if no one in your social circle values democracy or talks about it, or if you're being asked to vote for something that could put you at odds with what your social group believes, then voting is going to put you at risk of being labeled as abnormal. And lots of people would go to amazing lengths not to be labeled as abnormal by their community. This is a very human thing. Very, very human thing. All of us feel this way about something. Now, if you can't empathize with that, how about this? It's also very human not to want to seem stupid. And in our culture, cynicism and pessimism basically are equated with wisdom. Think about it. If you are a sour jackass and you make predictions that don't come true, there are no consequences to you. But if you are sunny, positive, and you believe change can happen, and it turns out it doesn't, we will heap scorn upon you. You will be made to feel stupid and lower in status. Which means for a lot of people, the calculation is easy. The low risk move, the one that preserves status, is to be cynical, is to say, "I'm opting out." And there are the people who used to believe, but feel that they got burned by politics. And they don't want to go through that experience again. So presenting themselves as being bored and disgusted with politics, that's a way of hiding from the risk that's always at stake when we believe in something. So those are all very good reasons, very powerful human reasons for totally opting out of the democratic process. What do we do when we encounter them? How do we respond to, "Oh, no thanks, I don't do politics"? Well, good news, there's actually lots of things that you can say. Lots of them are effective. They're all easy. We will get to what those are coming up in the next video.